track wrestling here in Daytona Beach at the NWCA Coaches Convention with Ohio State coach Tom Ryan, outgoing NWCA president. Let's start there.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of what got accomplished during your time as the NWCA president?
I wouldn't say there's any one thing that I was up at night saying, "Oh my gosh, we got to get this done." I think, quite frankly, there are some things that didn't get done that I'd hoped to get done. But I mean, obviously, Mike, the leadership at the NWCA is really they're the workhorses behind this. So, I mean, the sport's growing, right? There's a lot. I guess the biggest thing would just be opportunities. The number of opportunities now. Whether you're wrestling at a place like Ohio State, you're wrestling for a national title, Division I level, Division II, Division III. There's a lot of opportunities for young people, and I think, I don't think I know this. I know this is a sport that changes lives, right? So the more opportunities there are at the next level, the better it's going to be in general for young people. So I think the addition of programs, I would probably say, is the thing that I'd be most proud of.
How about the stuff that you didn't get done that you wanted to get done?
Yeah, I just think the national tools, it's a constant topic. It's not an easy answer. It's not an easy fix. The sport's a little bit complicated because of the individuality of it. The season length is when do you do it? So there's a lot of challenges with it. But I hope that at some point college wrestling, has a system in place that adds value, greater value. There is already a ton of value in the dual meet. And we had 15,800 people at our Iowa duel this year. So of course there's a ton of value in it, but I'd like to see an increased value in the duel. I think that's probably the single most important thing I can think of that we should figure out.
How about from a personal standpoint, what did you take away from being in that role?
I would say on the administrative side, I was working alongside some great administrators. I mean, Jim Fallis has been great to have, on the committee. So I just think the overall structure, I think we did a couple things as well to help the structure. Each conference now has a liaison that communicates back to their conference. So there's a lot of teams, there's a lot of coaches, there's a lot of information, that's a lot of great ideas that we don't want to miss. So I think just seeing how we can work together to just get some things done. So
last week, Kyle Snyder took a loss over at Yasar Dagu in Turkey. Yeah. We've seen him take an occasional loss here and there and come back and find a way to learn from that, apply what he learns, get over it, move on and get better. What is it about him that is, when he goes through an experience like that, that is he's able to turn the page and get better from it?
I think it's it's the principles of why he does what he does, right? It's his why. I mean, he certainly went over there to win, but he went over there to compete, and he competed, right? So when your frame of reference is what his is, should you lose, it doesn't send you, veering off course. He posted on his Instagram page a picture, and it basically, I think the caption was simply, I think it was something like, mission still the same, or just something, nothing changes. So he learns from it. He's back in the room now. He's with Taha right now. So Taha Agul is in town. We picked him up a couple nights ago, so those two are training together. And Kyle's had great success with losing around this time of the year and then avenging it later. I don't think this is the first time this has happened for him. So he's always hungry. He's always working hard. I'm excited to watch him in Budapest. And Logan, of course.
Yeah. Yep. No program has ever gone through what you've gone through here, or what you're about to go through. Certainly a first when you have 4 3-time All-Americans on the same team, graduating at the same time, replacing those guys, not having them on the bus trips, not having them in the practice room every day maybe. They're going to be off doing their own thing. What do you lose? It changes not just how many points you score, but also the character and makeup of your team.
Yeah, they were roughly 75 points a year, right, between the three of them. 75 points with just those three alone. You're on the stand as a team. Right? You have a top 4 team with those 3 people. So the first thing you do is mourn, and then you stop mourning. You mourn for maybe 24 hours, and then you have a plan in place, right, that you were watching around those weight classes. We're really excited. It's a great opportunity. Those men are still going to be with us. One on the coaching staff, Bo Jordan, has joined our coaching staff as a volunteer assistant. Coach Ralph, who's our volunteer assistant last year, has moved into a full-time recruiting role, D-Ops recruiting role. We still have Nate is in our will be at the training center, and so will Kyle. So their leadership, their mannerisms, their example is still there. So we don't need to replace that, thank God, right? Because they're around. We recruited a kid named Malik Heinzelman, who's just a pleasure. He's been in all summer long. He's going to be he's special, and he's fortunate that he'll have Nate to look up to help him really prepare. So 25, it looks early on. It'll be Malik. We got Kuntz brothers. The one Kuntz on the Greco Junior World team. We've got Bracken Mead, who saw some starting time last year. So 25 is a handful of guys there. It appears to me right now that Malik has an advantage over those guys, but it's still early. We'll see what happens. You know, we brought in Caleb Romero at 165. So Bo will move up to 74. So Campbell will likely move up, and we've got Ethan Smith at 74 as well. So Ethan Smith and Campbell will battle it out at 74 to replace Bo. While Romero slides in there at 65, along with some other people, Fritz Hero and some others. And then, you know, Kyle is, you know, I mean, Nate, Bo, and Kyle, not easy to replace. And then you have Chase Singletary. He redshirted. He came in about 210. He's about 235, 238 right now. Had a good first year as a redshirt, won some tournaments, placed in almost all of them. He was a guy that placed in the Junior World Team trials as a senior in high school. So, you know, they got big shoes to fill, but they just got to be the best they can, and that's what we kind of focus on. You're not Kyle Snyder, you're not Bo Jordan, you're not Nate. Just be the best you and just continue to love what you do and prepare hard. And they did a really nice job this summer.
Pretty solid set of middleweights, and 41, 49, 57 all back. Are they staying in those spots? Are you going to have some movement there with guys moving around?
You know, there's been all sorts of discussion about Micah going down to 49, challenging Hayes. Joey could possibly go 49. Mike could stay. We have a lot of options in there. We've got a lot of good people in there. We brought in some great recruits. You know, Sammy Sasso is really exciting to watch him train this summer. So, you know, the bottom line is there'll be a lot of communication among the team, among the guys, and we'll put the best team on the mat. So there's been some talk about us pulling back a little bit, and you know, redshirting. And Miles could redshirt. A bunch of these guys could redshirt. We're not going to do that. You know, as good as Penn State, Iowa, Oklahoma State looked early on, Cornell. You know, our goal is to fight for a national championship, and that's the plan.
You brought up Sasso. I want to talk to you about him a little bit. What are characteristics you like about what you've seen from him?
Yeah, I would say the number one thing. He's got a lot of great qualities, but the number one thing is his ability to endure pain is very high. His threshold for discomfort is extremely high. So let's say we're doing a pull-up competition. At number 6, I'm just throwing it. At number 6, he looks kind of tired. He'll make it to 20. We're doing a suicide competition, sprint competition. 5 minutes in, he looks tired. He'll go for 20. His ability to manage his mind in the midst of discomfort is amazing. And when I've only seen him now for 8 weeks through the summer, but when you live your life like that and you can manage discomfort and stay focused, those are the separators, right? That's a separator between good and great. And if he's got that, and if his consistency is there over 2, 3, 4 years of that, you're gonna do some big things.
You guys benefited last year from a couple high-profile transfers.
Yeah.
Huge topic in the sport right now.
Sure.
Where do you see that going? Is it good long term? Are there some consequences here that could produce negative outcomes for wrestling with APR? What are your?
Yeah, I like where we were. Personally, I thought the rules were good. You know, you didn't hear of too many situations where somebody wanted to leave somewhere and couldn't. The coach kept them. But I think, I always use the example, I think that where we are right now, just my opinion is, right, this is chaos, right? This is absolute chaos where there's no rules, there's no guidelines, right? You're fathering a child or a daughter, and there's no rules in the house. Come when you want, leave when you want, do whatever you want. I don't think that's healthy, right? This is, you've got someone shadowing your children everywhere they go, everything they do. Someone's watching them, when they're doing homework, and they can't move, they have no freedom. Somewhere in the middle is where we need to be. I think the NCAA went with, we'd rather, if a coach can leave when he wants, a kid should leave whenever they want. There's some problems with that. I mean, what happens if you are trying to help someone, you reprimand them in a certain way, right? And you're truly trying to love them and help them grow, and they just choose to not want that. So, what if a better offer comes along financially, 5-10% better? As we know now, there's an interweaving of wrestlers across the country. There's all different training centers and training camps, and guys communicate really well. Egg one guy to come and leave one place, come with us. We need the weight. We got money for you. So I'm not really in favor of total freedom. I would like to see an APR, a GPA component to it at least. So at the same time, you put a GPA component to it, and you've got a young man whose mother is ill, wants to get home, right? The legitimate reasons to leave. I got to get closer to home. The family needs me. Dad changed jobs. This is complicated. Dad changed jobs, went from making 100 a year, now he's making 35, 40 a year. He's out of work, was injured, can't afford school. Like, I think that the common sense of coaches would assess those and then allow the release before, right? Now we're saying, coach, doesn't matter what you think or not, I can go when I want to go. So to all the coaches out there like me, and like our staff, it's build strong relationships. I mean, they're not trapped, regardless of, what you think. You want them to love to be there and love to be around you and want to learn from you and grow from you and know that some of the challenges you may put them under, it's worth staying. So, yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot there, but it's not an easy answer.
Does it change your long-term planning at all?
It doesn't mind at all.
Yeah.
Just keep doing what I'm doing. And we got a young man right now that, he's a stud. He's really good. He's struggling financially. What the family thought would work for them, right? When they committed, you're excited, right? There's an excitement level. You're a senior in high school, junior. Ohio State offers you. This school offers you. This, whatever school it is they offer you, you're all excited. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. We can do it. We'll find a way. And then you got to find a way. And sometimes finding a way is not as easy as you thought. So yeah, it's challenging.
Brand new facility on the way, in the works. How far along are you there, and what's it looking like right now?
I mean, we're blessed beyond words, right? I mean, who has donors that choose to give $2.5 million of their money to build a new wrestling complex? The Jennings family kicked it off. They did a $2.5 million gift. It's an $8 million complex. I've seen a lot of complexes in the world. There's none like it. There are some that are amazing as well. Have all the things you need, but this place is incredibly special. It's got 5 full mats. It's got rehabilitation stations. It's got recovery stations. It's got it's teched out in terms of practice assessment, heart rate monitoring. It's got all the best. It's got great strength equipment, cardio equipment. It's got great views from the coach's office and the lounges. You can look into the competition arena. We're just really blessed that people care about the sport and care about the people that I love, to help them. We'll be in it around probably May of next year, so a full year left at Steelwood, and we've got a nice place in Steelwood. It's not in the top 15 in the country, but it's really nice. It's a great facility. We got everything we need in there. So we'll be there till May, and then next summer we'll start with our camps. We'll run our camps, and we're going to do our elite level wrestling club out of the facility. So there's a lot of good plans that will not only help our guys, but we want to make a difference in the community, right? We want to make a really strong impact in not only teaching wrestling out of there, but teaching things that we all need to know.